Yeah, that's good. Yeah, man, holding together best I can, you know. Fucking wild times that we live in. Y'all see, there was, we started marching from Waterfront Park. We found ourselves out here in front of Vibes. LMPD rolled up like 10, 12 deep as we were marching down the street. As we got a few feet away, LMPD turned around and left, oddly enough. So the tactic that is currently being used is, you can see the group that's lined up on this side on the sidewalk. And you might not be able to see as well, but over on that other side, there's about the same number of people. So the idea seems to be use foot traffic instead of a caravan, and split to the sidewalks whenever LMPD rolls up. Because if we're walking down sidewalks, they can't do shit, right? Well, theoretically they can't do shit, but I know several protesters that have been arrested over the last 10 months while standing on the sidewalk, so we'll see. I doubt they're heading to the church fire because fire trucks are already there. Fire trucks have already been there for several minutes. Maxwell Mitchell is live with footage of the church that is on fire. I don't personally know which church it is, but there is a church that is currently on fire in Louisville, Kentucky. Maxwell Mitchell should be live with that right now. Calvary Cathedral, Maxwell. There's Maxwell right there. Yeah, we're on, I believe, River Road in front of Vibes. Someone has informed me that I may have misstroked on the headline for this video. Double checking it. Yeah, that sure did. Auto-corrected to form instead of firm. This is the 1 year Firm March. Firm is an organization by the name of Formation in Racial Matters. They organized a ton of the late night protests early on, pretty much the majority of them. If you go and you find any videos from Riot Heart from over the summer and it's labeled Park After Dark, that's usually a Firm March. You know, earlier today we had probably 1,500 people that marched. They slowly dwindled. We're looking at maybe 150 at this time. It was previously Chris Wills. It was Chris Will and Chris Wells. I believe Chris Wills stepped out of it. He started the Freedom for Our Nation with April. So Chris Will actually has another organization that he organizes under. Chris Wells, however, is still leading Firm.
I don't care about people. I'm just talking about
Cop rolling up there.
I'm gonna ask somebody a question. Mike Brown. Do y'all know how many people died last week? Somebody tell me. Y'all know how many people died last week? My sister, nigga. How many people died? 15 people died from gun violence. You know why? They come out to the club, and then one of these partners see him in the club, and one of their girls say,
Chris Wells is leading this march, and it is the 1 year Firm Blackout March, so I believe it is Chris Wells that, ooh, maybe I do have those backwards. Yep, you're right, I have that backwards, Chris Will. You're right. It is Chris Will's organization. Chris Wells stepped away from it and started Freedom for Our Nation. So, apologize for that misinformation. Thank you, everyone that corrected that information for me. So, might not really be able to see it. Yeah, there you go. That's a bird. Helicopter flying around. My connections have told me that it is apparently not LMPD's. It's not Air 20, which is LMPD's chopper. It's apparently the KSP chopper, which is interesting. I haven't seen any KSP in town, but from what I've heard, KSP is usually their helicopters usually used for drug raids and stuff because they have the heat-seeking cameras to be able to find big plots of marijuana and whatnot. Only other reason that it would be out would be sometimes LMPD has to put their chopper into maintenance, right? So they let KSP lets them borrow it. So that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, it's not LMPD chopper that's up. It's Kentucky State Police for some reason. very true. There's a bunch of LMPD that are currently stationed at the parade lot over by Lynn Family Stadium. There was a few of them that you could see kind of poking out from around the corner down the street, but some of the bike riders, the bike security, went and checked it out, and there's several, potentially 3 different little pockets of LMPD officers that are in the area, ready. Okay, so there is some KSP in town. I guess they were needing to over prepare like Louisville Metro and LMPD like to do. That is Calvary Cathedral, Dave. Calvary Cathedral is on fire over by Brook Street. Maxwell Mitchell got some footage of that earlier, if anyone's interested. Joe, I don't know. I don't ask for details on marches because I am media, so that is not necessarily information I need ahead of time. I just follow and film. Follow and capture images. Where at? Black Ford Taurus, so KSP is in town and rolling around and unmarked, I guess is what I'm gathering. Crystal, no one's happy that a church is burning. I don't know what you mean by that. Also, it's burning on the other side of town where no protesters are. So if that's the light you're trying to put it in, you're fucking ignorant.
Why are we checking there? And that's what we're here for. Shut it fucking down.
Careful.
Get that on live. Please.
Oop, they're back. They are back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. When I first went live, there was like 10 or 12 LMPD vehicles that were posted up about a half block from us. Once we got, I don't know, maybe a quarter block from them in distance, they turned around and drove off. Looks like they regrouped. They regrouped and are back. They're just chilling. They're just chilling as protesters are clearing out the street. Looks like moving the cars out of the way. People are, splitting to the sidewalks. This is taxpayer dollars at work for essentially nothing that's happening. LMPD is likely here because they're afraid of 150 protesters. 150 protesters on River Road. Predominantly not blocking traffic, and that's enough for this many police cars to show up. Anna Walker Watson. Nope, sure hasn't. Did you see the live earlier with 1,500 people marching in the street? I feel like you always come in here and shit talk, so I really don't understand why you keep coming in. Do you just enjoy upsetting yourself? Fucking spooking me out, dude. For the record, this doesn't show the full numbers. We got about 150 out here. It's just kind of spread out a little bit. We got a few down there, a few over here, and then majority starting to migrate over here to confront LMPD.
that building, in my opinion.
They got the bullhorn out. They are now calling it unlawful assembly and threatening chemical agents. I wonder which statute they're citing because they can never decide which one they want to apply.
Watch the car.
It's time for incognito mode.
LMPD.
Yeah, and LMPD also likes to milk overtime and sit under bridges with their vehicles running while they take naps, just burning gas, because it is. There's probably 3 or 4 more law enforcement marked vehicles pulling up with their cherries and berries on down the street.
The inception of your job, 1704, South Carolina. You went to catch men running from the genocide and the torture of our fucking ancestors. We are stolen people on this land.
You can support Riot Heart on riotheart.com, we have a donation platform there. You can set up monthly, weekly, annual, or even one-time support. As for Cash App, Venmo, it's just Riot Heart Media. They're here because we're here. They have threatened disbursement. If we don't disperse, that they're going to use chemical agents. That typically means starting with probably pepper shot and maybe eventually tear gas. The tear gas hasn't really been used since early last summer, but you never know. Calvary Cathedral is currently on fire on Brook Street. Maxwell Mitchell ran down there and got some footage of it for just a moment. So you can go check out Maxwell's.
Kentucky State Wall, this is an unlawful assembly, and I commend all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may disperse chemical agents,
There it
and
is.
you will be arrested. You must leave the area.
All you bitch ass niggas came from a long line of whores.
Fuck 12!
If you're gonna be on the street, so fuck off. You have to be a certain corner to get off on the fucking street, so you're chemicals to get off on the fucking street before crimes go on in the fucking city, then that's wanted.
Bunch of Russians need a law to help their feelings.
Fucking seven.
Why are you invited here?
You're pussy! Hey, y'all know your wife's getting fucked at home by your neighbor, right? Happy
So at this time, pretty much everybody's gotten out of the street. We got maybe 2 people, 3, maybe 10 people participating in the protest that are just a couple feet off of the sidewalk. It's mostly media that's out in the street at this moment.
They're all Freemasons and little ladies. They told about the government. Fucking little kids, kidnap them. Go up there. Stuff like that. That's what my killing kids are getting hired for.
I don't want to say another motherfucking name. I should have to say another motherfucking name. I should have to say another motherfucking name. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Free Wayne. Free Wayne.
And if y'all think y'all see her out, don't be afraid to stop. Tell their ass to get the fuck on. Y'all gonna do a line down for...
This is a test of the long-range acoustic device.
Okay, so they're saying they have LRAD right now, which is long-range acoustic device. Basically, it is targeted at people and creates a stomach-churning effect. It's supposed to create a stomach-churning effect whenever you get hit with it. It pierces your ears, turns your stomach, incapacitates you. To my knowledge, LMPD does not have actual LRAD. They do not own actual LRAD. They just use an LRAD sound through a loudspeaker, which doesn't have the same effect. Just kind of pierces the ear. But don't quote me on that. That was from last summer. That was information from last summer and could certainly be different now. They may have acquired actual LRAD. I don't know. I guess if they decide to test it, I'll know real soon, because I didn't think to bring earplugs because I wasn't expecting LRAD. LRAD for now maybe only 100 people at most, and a couple of kids as well. There's a couple children out here, and they're gonna start using tear gas and LRAD like normal. SRT is here. Wonder if it's Lieutenant Dickhead running the show. I can't remember his name offhand. But last I checked, there was two lieutenants. Two lieutenants. Yeah, that's not real LRAD. That's not real. Okay, so they still don't have actual LRAD. They just play a piercing noise.
This is the Louisville Metro Police Department. Under Kentucky state law, this is unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately cease dispersed. If you do not do so, we may dismiss cancellation and you will be arrested.
SRT is a special response team. They are similar to SWAT, but not. They're usually the ones that come out in riot gear and bust skulls for LMPD. Because of the fucking light from the helicopter? Yeah, it's fucking with me, right? Now that I'm taking a second look, it looks like the children are gone. There's a big ass embankment behind us, and I saw a bunch of people kind of head that way.
And we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents and you will be arrested.
Hey, we'll meet you down there. Let's make pigs walk. Make pigs walk.
Do what? What'd you say?
Police Department.
I mean,
Under Kentucky state law,
can't see my
this is
beard.
an unlawful assembly.
That's the biggest thing. The beard and the red hat.
To immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents and you will be arrested.
Yeah, so to my knowledge, still LMPD does not have actual LRAD technology. It does not have the same effect. It's just a loud, like, alarm noise, like a house alarm. And they just turn the volume up so that it pierces your ears, but it doesn't have like the stomach turning effect.
We may dispense chemical agents and you will be arrested.
Fuck 12!
Okay, so as you can see, majority of the sidewalk has cleared. We are attempting to disperse, but I see SRT moving. I don't know where SRT is moving to though. Looks like Matt Ballard's running down there. Matthew's down there checking out SRT right now. Okay, SRT looks like they might be leaving. Yeah, they're rolling out. Oh no, they're moving into line formation. So they're starting their Spartan line, and it looks like they're going to start pushing down this way. So yeah, they're gonna try to kettle the last remaining people that are down there towards us. Is kind of what it looks like.
Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents and you will be arrested.
Who are you reporting for, sir?
Riot Heart Media.
Right heart?
Riot Heart.
Right heart.
This is the Louisville Metro Police Department. Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully
Jesus Christ,
disperse.
look. I didn't even notice all these cars down here.
We may dispense chemical agents and you will be arrested.
Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's gotta be a dozen marked cars right there. Probably 5 or 6 unmarked. The SWAT team van is down there. The Bearcat, the armored personnel carrier is down there. SRT van here. More unmarked vehicles. More unmarked vehicles. More unmarked vehicles. More unmarked vehicles. And then you get down here and there's more marked. Like there's even more cruisers.
I know.
I can hear the riot line behind me saying, "Move back." You had the beard and the red hat. I felt. Like, just more and more and more and more. Like, even down here, we got two pickups, so that's what SRT or Riot Gate probably rolled up in. Got another pickup, so it's like 3 unmarked, 4 unmarked, 5 unmarked, 6, 8 unmarked down here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got another dozen marked down here, so we got about 12 marked down there, about 12 marked down here. We got about 5 or 6 unmarked down there. We got like 8 or 9 unmarked down here. SRT van, the Bearcat, and that's not real LRAD. That's not real LRAD. They're full of shit. That's not real LRAD. They're full of shit.
I wish we had our 600 people that we had tonight. Alright, we on the sidewalk, so I can't do that to us. I'm gonna give you one square. We on the sidewalk. Is that all passed yet?
No.
Fuck you! All of you, fuck you!
Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents, and you will be arrested.
We're on the sidewalk, Jason.
I don't know, man. So you can see there in the shadow a little bit, the riot line is spreading out after it gets past this embankment. They're spreading out. They're continuing Spartan formation towards us. It is what is called kettling. It is a tactic that is used for crowd control. It's actually very, very dangerous for crowd control and shouldn't be used. It tends to get people injured.
The Louisville Metro Police Department. Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents, and you will be arrested.
There's even more down there. Like, Jesus Christ.
Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents, and you will be arrested. Metro Police Department. Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here to immediately and peacefully disperse. If you do not do so, we may dispense chemical agents, and you will be arrested.
Custard, y'all can't run. Don't get your cardio in. Put that heavy ass girl. Come on. We're going that way. Going that way. Got a little bit more to go, fat boys. Come on.
The Louisville Metro Police Department. Under Kentucky state law, this is an unlawful assembly, and we command all persons so assembled here
Look at that.
to immediately and peacefully disperse.
These 5 marked cars that I saw that are here, I didn't count before, so that's 5 more marked. So we're looking at like 30 marked, maybe pushing 15 unmarked just at this moment. And then we got the 2 sheriff vans that I showed you earlier in the protests and the march earlier today. We got a corrections van. What we got? Even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another 7 marked. Another 7 unmarked. Go further down. We got like 5 more marked, a couple more unmarked. So here's the interesting point to me. There's 2 parking lots that most of the protesters used to park before we went on our march. LMPD has the street blocked off both sides. So how are we supposed to disperse if we can't get our vehicles out? But that's the type of shit that LMPD pulls, though. They're going to say disperse, 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 and then they're not going to give us any way to disperse so that they can arrest all of us. Just shitty fucking tactics. Okay, my mistake. They blocked off just past this lot where a lot of the protesters ended up parking. So looks like the majority of them will be able to get out.
Bet they scared. It's at least 200, 300 copies. Might be more than that.
What we gonna do next?
Ride hard. Let me talk to the people real quick, man.
What's up?
So basically, yeah, what we were doing down here was we protesting in front of Vibes nightclub, trying to make the awareness of Breonna Taylor to people that was choosing to go out and kind of cut off the money a little bit. And the police pulled up because people was hanging out of cars because they don't listen. So the police pulled up deep as hell. It's about 300 cops, I heard, no cap. Yep. For nothing. Yep. They look real cute. They got the Harry Potter broom squad out. If Rod Hart could pan to his hard right, we got the Harry Potter gang out here. They got their little broomsticks and shit like that. Yeah. So for nothing.
For nothing. For like 150 people. Like,
yeah, literally for nothing. So they said they're gonna lock us up, and this is unlawful assembly, even though we're on the sidewalk.
Yep.
And we occupy both sides of the sidewalk. And they said it's unlawful assembly for being on a public easement. Notice I didn't say sidewalk to them. I said a public easement.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot lock us up for being on a sidewalk, or you would not be talking on the walkie-talkie saying this is the Louisville Metro Police Department. This is unlawful assembly. You wouldn't be saying that if you can lock us up for being on the sidewalk.
Right.
Notice they're getting in their cars.
They are.
They're getting in their cars.
They are starting to slowly fade.
Cars.
Okay, they unblocked the road.
This is Breonna. We are on a public easement. Thank you.
LMPD pulling some more fuckery every day. Just because they don't want to hold their own accountable. They don't want to properly vet. They don't want to properly train. They don't want to hold their ill-trained cadets accountable for their actions. So instead, they waste a fuckload of tax-paying dollars, a bunch of overtime, a bunch of people, I mean, it had to have been close to 40 marked vehicles and probably 20, 25 unmarked. Racism is systematic, 110%. So even if they aren't racist in their hearts, if they don't truly hate black people, they have been trained to be racist. It is ingrained into their nature, under their job description. Essentially, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars every year in the police budget. And they're not even properly trained. I even had a major at one point tell me, quote, "Oh yeah, cadets get more hours in training for their graduation ceremony than they do in non-violent takedowns." Think about that. They receive the whole squad, dude. Like, for real. They spend more time training for their graduation than they do in nonviolent takedown. Let's also talk about the fact that you got to go to college for what, like 5-6 years to be a lawyer, and then these guys get a fucking crash course in law and then are expected to know it and uphold it.
If y'all need evac, come see me.
All right, so another organizer has shown up and suggested a location change. So it looks like people are going to be moving. We'll see where we are moving to. I am planning on trying to tag along, but I am going to have to go ahead and drop the live for now. Any more marches or any more encounters with LMPD on this evening, and I will go live again immediately. So stay tuned, stay strong, and stay safe.